Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crazy Dreamer Network. My name is AJ and let's hop right into today's reading. So today's reading is a pick a card on what your higher self wants you to leave in the past for good, okay? So I'll repeat that. What your higher self wants you to leave in the past for good. We have four piles. Pile number one, we have the clear quartz crystal. Pile number two, we have the tiger's eye crystal. Pile number three, we have the labradorite crystal. And pile number four, we have the rose quartz crystal, okay? So again, my dreamy dreamers, we have pile number one, pile number two, pile number three, and pile number four. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in your reading. Bye. Hey, pile number ones, welcome back to your reading. So you all chose this clear quartz crystal in regards to what your higher self wants you to leave in the past for good, okay? So just off your crystal selection, I'm getting that your higher self wants to leave behind uncertainty and a lack of self-trust, okay? Here's a suggestion. You could meditate upon opening your heart chakra. It's interesting because today I actually did that because I switched up my meditation routine and I actually just meditated upon my heart chakra and being able to open it up, right? And really leaning in self-trust. So again, what I'm getting that your higher self wants you to leave in the past for good is the lack of self-trust, right? Maybe some of you all, and take it if it resonates, maybe have been feeling even a lack of empathy and have been in a rather apathetic state. And maybe you don't know why and you're questioning yourself. But what I'm getting is that your higher self, God, spirit, source energy, your angels, ancestors, and guides want you to know that all is working in divine orchestration as long as you continue to trust in yourself, trust in the process, and really allow love to guide you, right? Not fear. So what that means with this crystal selection is getting very clear on your intention and even asking yourself why. You might be thinking certain things like, well, who am I to, do this, or what if it doesn't work out, right? Question even the not so great things that you think about yourself or others, right? And that's just like almost like psychological reframing is like, don't believe every thought that you have, right? And how you can go about doing that is even questioning those thoughts, right? Why am I having this thought? And that's kind of like a more simplistic way to kind of like go about reframing, right? Is even question the things that you're questioning and why you seem to be in a state of perpetual, maybe like a lack of trust or a lack of certainty, right? So I'm going to put this here and we're going to reveal your pile selection card now. So we have the Hia of Fire and the California Poppy. So in regards to what your higher self wants you to leave in the past for good with the Hia of Fire, that is a Page of Wands. So this could stand for maybe even demystifying your mind, right? Maybe you've been too concerned on the future, right? Too concerned on what's to come and not being in the present moment, because I love this depiction of this card. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck because it's so cute, it's so pure, and it's literally someone who is like seeking the future and wanting to know everything. They're basically like pretending to a young person is pretending to be a fortune teller, right? She even has the little plant cards, and I'm assuming pretending them to be tarot cards, and she's looking in her crystal ball, and it's also mystical and magical. And I love that, but it seems like what your higher self is telling you to leave behind is needing to know everything before it happens. You know what I'm saying? And it might even seem counterintuitive, me as a tarot reader, to even admit that, but sometimes I don't want to know everything that happens before it happens. Sometimes I myself slow down on watching tarot readings, you know what I'm saying? And even in certain moments where I feel inspired to do, I will take only the good things about that reading and leave the rest. I will not try to kind of consume my mind. Well, does that resonate with me? If it's like maybe something that is giving me like anxiety, or like I feel like it's I'm projecting onto a situation, or a card, or like something that a tarot reader is saying is triggering me. Once I feel that it's triggering me, then I know, okay, leave that. Because whenever it's your intuition, it's never going to lead you into like this triggered or this anxiety ridden state. It's going to almost be like a relief, right? It's going to set you free. It's going to be like, instead of like, oh my goodness, like doom is impending, right? And this is what I'm getting for here. So your higher self could be saying, like, a lot of the times we don't need to know the future. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to know what's to come. Like, that's God, spirit source energies, job and duty. Like, and I feel like that's what makes life more magical, is when things kind of happen and we allow things to unfold without trying to beat it to the punch, right? So you could need to slow down on maybe your intake of YouTube readings. And I really try on this channel to not really, I try, whether I do or not, you know, you guys let me know, but I really try to speak affirmations into our community. I really work on speaking life instead of like ominous, you know, foreboding messages, because that's what this is about. I use these tarot cards and tarot readings as a tool to propel us to our higher selves. And sometimes I myself don't do readings on myself, or I don't inundate myself with readings, you know what I'm saying, even on YouTube, because I feel like it's counterintuitive, right? It's almost like how we say on this channel, like in the realm of manifestation, like waiting for our package to get here, like checking our email almost like every minute just to see if our package is going to come. And then it's almost like watching a pot trying to boil. The longer you watch it, the more you're fixated on it. It seems like it takes forever. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I'm getting here, but I definitely want to go on with the rest of your reading, pile number ones, in regards to this. Now, I will kind of stay for now during this reading with the format of the Celtic Cross. So I'll start from the beginning and end with the outcome card. And I will also mold the freestyle method that I've been using into that as well, because I've seen how it pertains, right? I see how it all is coming together. So let's begin with your reading. We have at the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Wands. And I feel like right now, pile number ones, your higher self is really conditioning you to stand your ground and stand firm in your creativity. Your creativity is going to allow you to not to be in the present moment. That's really what I'm getting, is to be in the present moment, collaborate with people as well, and not being so kind of like shut into your own enclave, right? Not being so shut into your own little, like, those ivory towers that we kind of build around ourselves when we feel like, we're almost like afraid of the outside world, is what I'm getting to. And this is pertaining to this Hermit card, but we'll get there, right? So with the Queen of Wands, it says creativity, leader, and focus. And I feel like what God, spirit, source, energy, your higher self is urging you to let go of and be more in the present moment of is your own leadership capabilities, your own creativity, right? And it's to really, I'm like, stand your ground. Like, I know like the Seven of Wands really stands for stand your ground, but even with the Queen of Wands, she is like domineering, like in a good way though. Like, she's like assertive and beautifully poised and everything like that. And she seems like someone who knows what she wants and knows how to get there. And she doesn't really need a lot of external validation in order to feel that, you know, and she doesn't really need a lot of external validation in order to feel like that's going to pave her way, because she already has it inside of herself. She already has intrinsic value, okay? So a lot of you could maybe be fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, or could be embodying these fire traits, right? That kind of get up and go, that focus, that determination, that self-willed attitude, right? And that's what I'm getting that your higher self wants you to lean more in to right now, okay? Being self-possessed, right? But not to the point where we're just super about self, but being self-possessed to the point where we seek our validation, our intrinsic value from within. We have this deep knowing that, you know, we have that, so we don't need external validators to continue to propel that forward, right? And take it if it resonates, pile number ones. But let's start with the first card here in the You Now Heart of the Matter position with the High Priestess. You have this deep intrinsic knowing of who you are and your gifts, right? A lot of you all could be high priest or high priestesses, right? And you have this deep understanding of the unknown, right? And with that being said, pile number ones, sometimes God, spirit, source energy allows high priestess and high priestesses to shut down shop as well, right? And to say, hey, certain things are just unknowable. We shouldn't know them until the time comes, right? Even in the realm of the high priestess. The high priestess has a deep understanding that certain things at certain times are unknowable as well, right? Around the high priestess, it says secrets, dreams, wisdom, inner voice in the spirit world. I feel like you're very in touch with the spirit world right now. And that gives you comfort about certain things that are just unknowable, and just allowing certain things to play out in the manner in which they need to, right? And that's really the job of the shaman or of the high priestess or of the high priest, is to guide not only themselves but people and say, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay not to know. It's okay, you know? And I feel like that's where secrets come from. It's okay to you probably have a deep understanding or resonance of what's to come, but it's okay not to know everything. We're humans, and it would take out half of the fun of being a human if we knew everything at the appointed time in which we wanted to, right? It would take all the fun and all the glory out of being in this human vessel. So I feel like that's just where you're at right now, pile number ones. So with pile number two, we have in the challenge and blockage position, we have the Hermit. I'm also getting that your higher self is urging you to leave in the past, being alone, being a shut-in, being by yourself, only kind of like resorting to yourself for maybe pertinent questions that you have, right? This is like, you're not made to walk a solitary path alone, right? You're made to be a leader, right? With the Queen of Wands, you're made to help other people on their journey as well with the Hermit. It says healing, solitude, and inner work. And I feel like maybe God, spirit, source energy, your higher self is urging you to leave behind, like maybe you've done a lot of the inner work, right? And maybe certain things need to be left in the past so that you can move forward to your next goal, to your next mission, to your next aspect of life, and what your higher self is urging you to move forward in, right? But I'm getting God, spirit, source energy, your higher self really is urging you to leave solitude in the past, right? So in the conscious goal position with the Eight of Cups, it is indeed leaving certain things in the past, right? And I also feel like, wow, is leaving certain, oh my goodness, y'all. Oh my God, I have to look up, okay. this is interesting, pile number ones, because I had a dream last night, right? Have y'all ever been like so thirsty in your waking life and while you're asleep, right? And you didn't know, like you wake up and you're like guzzling water, right? In the middle of the night or something like that. I had a dream and I must have been pretty parched, okay? I had a dream last night that I was so thirsty, I was drinking like tap water. And I usually will drink like bottled water, things of that nature. I was drinking tap water out of my faucet to the point where I was seeing like black specks in my water. And I was so thirsty, I was drinking it, but I was like, okay, these black specks, I can't drink. So I got tired of trying to maneuver, drink just enough to where the black specks I wouldn't digest it. So when I started to pour the water back into the sink, an octopus came out. And I was like, that's so weird. And it wasn't a squid, or maybe it was a squid, but it was like big enough. Like I thought it was going to end. I thought it was going to be like a little octopus, but it was a pretty reasonable sized octopus. And then the Eight of Cups is here with this octopus. And I think this is so interesting. I'm definitely going to have to look up octopus as like a totem animal or something like that, right? So again, that might relate to you guys. That's why I'm bringing that up. But in the conscious goal is the Eight of Cups, swift change, or change and swiftness, right? So your higher self is definitely urging you to leave what no longer serves you in the past. And this could be too much solitude, right? Getting back out there, getting reintroduced back into the outside world, so to speak. Because, I feel like people are really coming back outside, right? As a lot of people are starting to say. And I feel like this is a general kind of understanding. Like, it's great to have that solitude and to have that, especially for introverts, it's good to have that solitude. It's good to be introverted. But, we do need people. No one's an island, right? And you could have had a lot of irons in the fires. And I feel like with a lot of these cups, you're going to have to let go of so you can get other things, right? That you've been asking for, that you've been wanting, or that your higher self needs for you to pick up, instead of keeping these cups in your hand, right? Keeping some of them, not all of them, but maybe some of them, right? In order for you to be led to your wish fulfillment. That Nine of Cups energy, right? So we have in the unknown influence position, the Magician, and we have power, action, and skill, right? So in the unknown influence, I feel like, what did I say? Even in our last reading, pile number ones, y'all are master manifestors. And in the unknown influence, I always say manifestation works in any which direction, for good, quote unquote bad, or quote unquote indifference, right? So we really have to work towards having that, like, to me, a optimistic mindset, because when we learn the power of manifestation, it doesn't just stop, or it doesn't just pertain to our positivity or our positive thoughts, right? Whenever we're ruminating or we're dwelling too much on negative thoughts, that's what can manifest as well. Or whether we're indifferent to something, that will manifest as well. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that is the unconscious or the unknown influence, is that you're really manifesting at a rapid rate. It's just in the realm of, it could be in any which realm, right? And also, it's funny because the Magician and the Emperor, maybe you're seeking too much control over a situation, is also what I'm getting here with the Magician on top of the Emperor. Control, power, right? Because the Emperor stands for power, and then we have the Magician, and it says power on here. So maybe you want too much power, or you've been operating from a state of power and domination and not in the state of love and what's in the best interest of everyone involved, not just you. Because sometimes I feel like, how that saying goes, God gives us what we can handle, and spirit gives us what we can handle. the universe gives us what we can handle, whatever, right? That's what I'm getting. Not that you can't handle a lot, but it's like, how are you wielding your power, right? How are you wielding this power? Are you wielding it just out of a state of control, dominance, and love? Control, dominance, and power? Because when we do it like that, it is void of love. It's just those things can't coexist with love. It just can't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm reading this book, All About Love by Bell Hooks. It's a really good book. I would recommend anyone reading it. It's really enlightened me in the past week about love and about, our state of being and things of that nature, and what really matters, right, in life. So I think that's a good read. But again, so we have in the past influence position, we have strength. I feel like you've really been holding on to something, right? You've really been, this is about control. God, spirit, source, energy, your higher self is urging you to let go of control. Pile number ones. And I will say, because it says courage, strength, and control. We have control here, we have power, we have the emperor here, which ultimately, it says law and order here, but we all know the emperor is all about power and control, right? Enforcing things. I feel like God, spirit, source, energy, your higher selves doesn't want you to force anything anymore, but have this silence, inner resilience about yourself. And I feel like in the past influence position, this is maybe what you were doing, right? It was an internal kind of resiliency that was happening, but I felt like maybe you were trying to hold on too tightly to something or someone, and really your higher self just wants you to completely just give up that sense of control over the things that you can't, right? What I love about the strength card is it pertains to our lower natures and how to kind of control and to acquiesce, a soft power, right? Not a brute power or a coercive power, right? But it's soft power, it's soft resilience, it's persuasion in a lot of the ways. And I think that is what we need more of, and less of coercion and domineering power is what I'm getting. We need to replace that with a soft power if we can. So in the approaching influences, we have the Four of Wands, creativity, union, and freedom. I feel like I said this in the last reading, but a lot of us and a lot of you all are going to be in your creative bag, so to speak, right? And not alone. Look at what I was saying. We need to even get out of this place of solitude. And now in the approaching influences, you're going to be very community driven and unified, right? With maybe even your masculine and your masculine and your feminine energy, and as well as with other people beside you to help you, to galvanize our efforts, right? And that's what I'm getting. It says creativity, union. It says creativity, union, and freedom here. And what I like about that is I feel like pile number ones, you're being urged to come together as a society, to be your brother, your sister, or your people's keeper, right? In that sort of regard, not saying from a lack of boundaries, right? Continue to maintain your boundaries, because we also have to look out for ourselves in the process, but not to negate our brothers and our sisters during this really heightened, spiritually kind of conflicting times that we're living in. We really need to be our brother, our sisters, our people's keeper right now in the most best way possible. And I don't mean to exhaust yourself in doing that, but I mean check in on your friends, check in on your families, check in on your neighbors if you guys have those relationships, or send them love. You don't even have to do it in you don't have to do it in person. Send them love when you're praying in the morning, or when you're meditating in the morning. Send your neighbors love and courage and optimism and whatever you would want to be sent to yourself. You be the change that we wish to see in the world, right? So in the inner resources or talent position, we have the Knight of Wands, and it says flow, fire, intuition, right? So I feel like when you're in a state of flow, you really help people, right? When you use your intuition, and you use it in the best way possible, you really help and aid people. Your creativity, your spark, your that drive, that resilience that you have in this depiction of the Knight of Wands, you're ready, right? This person has their full armor on and they're ready for the task at hand. We even have pink roses here, which I know pink is about like fertility and like femininity and things of that nature, which is interesting that it is this Knight of Wands. And it says intuition versus anxiety. I feel like you're beginning to learn the difference between your intuition versus what causes anxiety in you, okay? And you're ready to take action, right? You're ready to kind of be about the things that you are implementing. And it's interesting because this person has on pink lipstick and the roses are pink too. So I don't know if that was intentional, but I really love this energy here with the Knight of Wands. I feel like you're very creative. You're very ready to go. You're very inspirational too with the Knight of Wands. And that is your inner resource and your inner talent, right? So how others see you is the Mother Star. Yes. Oh, so many synchronicities in this reading. So I feel like how other people see you is really like the person that they go to when it pertains to as it pertains to them needing like encouragement or growth or someone to be optimistic. And that's what I'm getting with this yes card. Okay. So in this deck, there's 80 cards and it's a yes and a no. And this is one of the, like the 79th or, card. And it says yes. Like it's also, I feel like how others see you is you give people the permission, right? Yes, right? Okay. You give people the permission, pile number one, to say yes to themselves or to say yes to change or to say yes to a shift that's happening. It's almost like you give people permission to listen to their intuition and their consciousness versus fear, anxiety, and things of that nature. You really speak life into people, right? You give them permission. That's what I'm getting, the yes card, right? And we need more of that in today's society. I kind of want to read this Mother Star yes card out of this guidebook for y'all. If I can find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it says the Mother Star, yes. It says the path that has led you to where you are today has been full of twists and turns. There may have been times when you doubted yourself and lost faith in your guides. The Mother Star's appearance means you are coming to a place now where you can look back and see that every setback served a purpose and every failure taught you a much needed lesson. The strength, courage, and character you've gained along the way have made you into a unique and resilient person. It's time to step up and embody your full potential. The Mother Star holds a cup and a sword. She wears a pentacle around her neck and is flanked by wands. Her journey and soul exploration connect her in a balanced way to each suit of the minor arcana. And if she appears in a reading where you have a specific yes or no question, she represents a resounding yes, okay? It says her guide, the gentle three-eyed winged tiger, is also here to offer you assistance, vision, and strength as you embark on this new chapter of transformation. And it says, live the full life of the mind, exhilarated by new ideas, intoxicated by the romance of the unusual. I love that. It says, this is a Ernest Hemingway quote. So the thing is, it's a resounding yes to leave the things that no longer serve you behind pile number one. And I'm feeling urged to really tell y'all to look up the octopus totem animal or whatever. I don't know. Maybe you're clinging on to something like an octopus's tentacles, right? And it's interesting that we have two lions here in this reading as well. And I feel like Say yes to courage. Say yes to inner resilience and strength and what you can control versus what you can't control. And I feel like that's what your higher self is telling you to leave behind. The things that you can't control, leave that behind and ask God, Spirit, your God, Spirit, Source, Energy, your higher self to give you that courage, give you that strength to leave that behind, right? The things that no longer serve you. So in the hopes and or fears, we have the Emperor card, law and order. I feel like you hope to be a leader, you want to be a leader, but you also fear the power that it'll bring, right? And I feel that you don't need to fear it as long as you get a better sense of control over, again, what you can control, right? What you can change. That's okay. And listening to your intuition, right? Your inner wisdom. It's always going to lead you where you need to be and where you need to and where you're going, pile number ones, okay? Yeah. So with the outcome card, we have the Hierophant, and it says ritual, ceremony, tradition, structure, knowledge, wisdom, teacher. So the outcome card is you are really kind of finding this enlightenment. You are kind of like answering your own questions, right? You're giving yourself permission to kind of be higher minded right now at this time, right? And to teach others and to help others how you would want to be helped yourself, right? And I feel like you could be getting just a lot of divine synchronicities in your life, a lot of downloads, and like, you know, you could be allowing God, Spirit, Source, Energy, your higher self to talk through you as you kind of reiterate that knowledge that you're sustaining to other people, okay? But there's a lot of emphasis on leadership, on being in positions of power and wielding that power for the better of not just yourself, but of humanity in any which way you see and you're being guided to do that, right? So I want to pull a couple cards, pile number ones, before we end your reading. This was a longer than expected reading, so give me some time, my dreamy dreamers. And what have you all been kind of like, has anything like interesting been coming up in your dreams? How have you all been feeling lately? This Mercury retrograde, this full moon energy, it's been wild. I can't even deny. Leave it in the comments. I would love to hear this because I know I can't be alone. It's been wild. It's been a wild ride. Let's see. Tell us more, Spirit. Clear, concise, accurate advice, guidance, and wisdom from pile number one's higher self. To conclude their reading, advice, guidance, and wisdom from pile number one's higher self in regards to what they need to leave behind for good. Okay, so we have card number 7. It says a deep breath. Love it. Tell us more, Spirit. Clear, concise, accurate messages for our pile number ones. Advice, guidance, and wisdom for our pile number ones. What do they need to leave behind for good? Okay, so we have these cards. We have at the bottom of the deck card number 36, seeing beyond. This is be in the present moment. Be more in the present moment, pile number ones. That's what your higher self wants you to leave behind, is lingering too much on the future, because that could be causing you anxiety and stress that you don't need in your life right now. We have card number 4, the land between. Yeah. Okay, this is the first card number 40, the land between. And I'm going to read to you all the key concepts of these cards. We have card number 29, awakening genius. Love this. I'm getting also, take care of your elders, check in on your elders, your moms, your dads, your grandparents. If you still are so fortunate enough to have them in your lives, your aunts, your uncles, check in on them. There could also be an elder trying to talk to you right now, maybe a spirit guide, your higher self, you know, a passed on loved one. There could be an elder really trying to talk to you right now and send you messages. And we have healing the heart, card number 23. Okay, you're doing a lot of heart healing. So this is advice, guidance, and wisdom. I feel like, and you're going to heal your heart through helping the healing of other people as well, even if that's just talking life into them, being the optimist in the group, right? Sending them good energy, good vibrations, praying for them, right? Meditating on their successes. That's going to bring that to you as well, right? Yeah, so that's really interesting. But I'm going to read each key concepts for you all. So let's start with 7. It says a deep breath. Okay, so the key concepts is a genuine expectation of a genuine expectation of danger, projection of a threat without substance, fight or flight mode, inability to focus, trusting in the universe as a way to release fear. This is what your higher self is cautioning you to do, and the advice that your higher self is giving you. Trusting in the universe as a way to release fear. Trusting in your higher self. Trusting in God. Trusting in spirit, okay? So let's see, card number 40. It says the land between. It says being between worlds, learning to be okay while at the threshold of what was and what will be, period. It says a time of waiting and evolving, gray areas, something essential yet still in development, metamorphosis. So that's what I'm getting, like learning to be okay in the liminal, learning to be okay in the in-between areas. And I feel like that's kind of where we're at right now as a collective as well. Pile number 1s. So we have card number 29. It says awakening genius. Let's see. It says the spirit of creative expression, bringing forth new information, birthing, and knowing that your ideas matter, right? So I feel like a lot of us are going to be very creative during this time, and maybe just during this time of in between. We're going to literally alchemize and use our magic to turn maybe a boring or complacent situation into beauty, into artwork. And I feel like your angels, ancestors, and guides, your ancestors are urging you to do this right now, right? Your higher self is urging you to do that right now. Pile number 1s. And then we have the card number 23 with healing the heart. I love this. A lot of heart healing has been going on, particularly during this full moon in Pisces, okay? And we have key concepts: healing, making amends, the willingness to release past pain, being responsible and accountable, taking time to get healthy, renewal, and rebirth after suffering. This is what's happening. You're coming back into your heart space, into your heart center, into yourself. And your higher self is urging you to let go of past pains, to make way for new abundance, life affirming instances in your life, right? And maybe being more communal, maybe touching base with your loved ones, your family, your friends is allowing for you to better do that, right? And to better live this life, okay? So with that being said, pile number 1s, I love you so much, my dreamy dreamers. I pray for you all the time, and I meditate on you guys, and I'm so grateful to have this community in my heart space. And I hope you feel the same way about, you know, this area, this community we've built together, right? So with that being said, I love you so much, dreamy dreamers. If you like this reading, if it resonated, please hit the thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe. Share this content with loved ones, friends, or family, or anyone else you think could benefit from these messages provided here today. Again, I love you so much, dreamy dreamers, and I'll see you in our next reading. Bye. Hey, pile number 2s, welcome back to your reading. So you all chose this tiger's eye crystal in the shape of a heart. So I'm getting what your higher self, just pertaining off your crystal, what your higher self wants you to let go of for good, could be overprotection of your heart, right? Almost like And I feel like pile number one kind of got the same message, but in a different way. The emphasis that you are placing a lot of boundaries, right? You might have a lot of be overprotecting your heart center right now, right? You need to open it, right? And I feel like your higher self is urging you to let go of fear of heartbreak, loss, you know, things of that nature, fear of uncertainty when it comes to certain relationships in your life, certain connections, okay? So we're going to put that stone right here, and let's unveil your pile selection card, okay? So we have the 5 of fire, okay, which is the 5 of wands, and it says black cohosh. I don't know what this herb is, but it's really pretty, and I like how it's like surrounded by red wood, and then we have the star here, okay? I might read a little bit of y'all's description here. But with the 5 of wands, it signifies inner and external conflict, right? Almost like feeling like competition is real. Competition is a 3D earthly made construct. There is no competition on the spiritual realm. We're all created individually with individual uniqueness that only our uniqueness can serve in this world and is made to serve in this world, right? So even thinking about competitiveness in that type of way is kind of like an illusion, right? Competition is an illusion. Internal, external conflict, that's an illusion of the mortal mind, right? And what I'm getting is that your higher self wants you to let go of like these barbed wires that you've placed around your heart, maybe even as it pertains to a love connection or something like that, because maybe in the recent past or whatever has like kind of come up during this time, maybe has you feeling competitive around people who you should be loving and being in cooperation with and being in harmony with, right? So I do want to read a little bit of this. This is the Herb Crafter's Tarot deck. So let's see. Here we go. So it says, anger is sacred. It says, burn through the slumber of helplessness and complacency. Resist. Women's rage is a force that will change the world. It says, a lush stand of black cohosh grows against a bright red wall. White flowers burst from a deep crown looking like sparklers. It says, the seeds shake little. It says, the seeds shake like a rattlesnake before it strikes. Flies, bees, and other insects are drawn to the plant's strong scent. The earth below is teeming with life. The healthy, shallow roots jut out below the surface of the soil. It says, honor the fire that rises up within. Neither deny your anger nor let it rule you. Discern whether your rage is righteous or if it is rooted in fear and insecurity. This is what we're talking about, right? And it says, though the survival of the black cohosh is threatened by loss of habitat, it remains an important medicinal. The tincture supports the female reproductive system, alleviating pain and releasing stuck fluids from the body. Black cohosh teaches us to harness the power of our own creative source. As a tall flower bends easily in the wind, it says, as the tall flower bends easily in the wind, cultivate a strong, flexible backbone. The folk name snake root signifies transformation. Rattle like a snake and shed your skin. So yeah, as you're going through this transformative period in your life, pile number one, don't create barriers among your around your heart, right? That's what I'm getting. And I feel like your higher self wants you to release and wants you to leave in the past once and for all the barriers that you have created around your heart space. And feel your feelings. If feelings come up that don't feel so good, embrace them, because you know what happens once we embrace them. And I'm not saying linger on them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying hold them tight and don't let it go. I'm saying the opposite. When you embrace every feeling that comes into you lessen its effect. You lessen the power that you give to it, right? And when I say that is you lessen the blow, right? That's what I mean. When especially as it pertains to negative feelings, sometimes we try to ward off negative feelings by any means, but if we just embrace them and we don't linger on them, we just say, okay, this is what's happening. I'm feeling anger. Cool. We lessen the weight that we give it, right? We don't put it on this pedestal. We don't make it feel like, oh my gosh, we're encapsulated in rage. No, we just let it pass through us, and then it circumvents through our system, right? And then it releases just as quickly as it came a lot of times, right? So there it is. So let's begin with your reading. Pile number 2, we have at the bottom of the deck the 4 of Swords. Okay, so what I'm getting is that your higher self maybe has felt like you've rested enough, or maybe your higher self wants you to give yourself a break. Okay, maybe you've been kind of hard on yourself lately as well. And maybe your higher self is telling you, hey, take some time out, give yourself a break, rest, do the things that you need to. On the flip side of this message, what I'm getting is maybe you've healed, okay? You've healed. So now it's time to get back in the world, get back in action, open up your heart. It's not a time to almost like cower in the face of whatever you're going through. And as this card suggested, something about have a flexible backbone. Allow yourself to stand up gracefully to what it is that you're doing. Stand up for life. Stand in the face of adversity. It's okay to do that, right? We don't have to always, kind of like hermitize ourselves or go into this state of like being very insular. And I know that this came out in the reading that I posted yesterday as well. So it could be either or. When you need, it's like rest, don't quit. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Rest, don't quit. If you need some time and you need to take out time for yourself to rest, do that. But once you feel like, okay, I feel energized, I feel like I'm renewed, then continue to go after your goals and go after love and compassion and resilience as well. Okay, so again, pile number 2, we're gonna start your reading, and I'm gonna do the Celtic cross spread since we have 10 cards here. So we're gonna start with card number 1 in the You Now Heart of the Matter position. This is you, the 10 of Pentacles. It says inheritance, family, and property. You could have gotten like spiritual inheritance from like a loved one, maybe in regards to like possessing certain gifts that you have and traits. And this could have been a spiritual, pile number 2, inheritance, right? And I also feel like you are very centered and focused on acquiring wealth with your family so you can help not only yourself but your loved ones in your community. I feel like you want to really build something with someone now. You want to really build something with your loved ones or the people around you and really help them as well to cultivate their own creativity and to allow them to maybe even rest in their creativity, because maybe you feel like they've done the opposite for so long, right? But what it is, you're building something that's really going to stand the test of time, okay? Or you're interested in building something that's really going to stand the test of time. And at certain moments, you could be conflicted, right? You could, be facing a lot of things that you had tried to ward off. And now isn't the time to do that. It's to kind of get your strength up, get your backbone intact, and do the things that you need to do in order to make this 10 of Pentacles happen, right? So in the challenge in the blockage position, we have the Page of Wands. It says good news and communication. So maybe you've been waiting for some type of good news or communication to come through and it hasn't been yet. And maybe what the page is all about, kind of like a novice, right? Someone being new to something. You could also be new to like really wanting to build a family or to like build structures and a lineage, right? And a legacy, right? And it's like this is all just so new to you. So it could create some type of conflict, right? Inner and outer conflict within you. But what I'm getting is that your spirit guides, just wants you to let that go. Let go of the inner conflict that you have and just rise to the occasion, right? The Page of Wands, for the most part, tends to think about things. It's only the beginning stage. It's only the precipice of what you are, kind of like working through. So that's the conflict. You're in the beginning stage of it all, but you're going to see how it unfolds in your life, just as it unfolds, right? So in the conscious goal, we have the sun. It says light, life, energy. I feel like your conscious goal is to radiate and emanate life force energy outside of you so it could permeate into other people as well. I feel like your conscious goal also, pile number 2, is to speak life into others. I feel like you have a knack for that. That's a gift. That could be what has been spiritually inherited into you, right? As well. And I feel like you really want to start looking at people, circumstances, situations, environments in the light of God, in the light of spirit, in the light of your higher self too. You just want to radiate divinity to people as well. So in the unknown influence with the Lover's card, it says love, harmony, union, right? So what I'm getting in the unknown influence, I feel like someone is in your life for a reason, pile number 2s, right? And I feel like the love that you have for this other person, and it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but I'm getting that it could be, really is making you a better person, and it's making you want to change and open up, okay? At the same time, and I'm seeing this too, just because we had the tiger's eye crystal, at the same time, you could be scared, and it's okay to be scared. It's okay to admit that you're scared, or that you're, you have your reservations, you have your boundaries. But I feel like this is your support system as well. You look to them for support. They look to you for support also. So in the past influence, we have the Hierophant. And I feel like you have really been leaning on your own understanding, right? For a long time. And I know that Bible verse that goes, lean not on your own understanding, but I feel like you've been endowed with a lot of wisdom that you can really go to in order to traverse or to alchemize any situation that you might find yourself in, particularly during this time, right? With the Hierophant. I feel like you have been given keys to the kingdom, pile number 5s, so to speak. And it's almost like allowing you the knowledge to teach the wisdom that you have acquired over this period of time. And I feel like your inner self is really telling you to teach what you've learned. And it's helping you to continue that iteration and make it a cycle from teaching and learning, teaching and learning, teaching and learning, right? And you could even be thinking about marriage, or marriage could be the past influence, because we have a lot of, we have 10 of Pentacles, we have the Lovers, we have the Hierophant, and we have the Ace of Cups here. And I feel like, maybe you have kind of been leaning more towards conventional nature as well. And maybe even seeing that's not so bad. Maybe in the past you were totally against conventionality just at its core, but maybe you're like, it might not be so bad. You're growing, you're maturing, right? So in the approaching influence, we have Temperance, right? You're allowing your heart to heal. You're allowing yourself to be, transmuted. You're taking the time. You're taking the guidance that's coming into you as well. Past influence is guidance, right? For the most part, spiritual teaching, the Hierophant. And then it says guidance here. You're allowing yourself to take the guidance that you have acquired and that you still receive and to, turn it into magic, make magic from it. Pile number 2s, and to allow it to heal you, to allow it to bring you in a state of balance, to allow it to transmute you, right? And you could be waiting on this Ten of Pentacles. You could be waiting, patiently, very effortlessly as well for it. In the approaching influence, we have the Ace of Cups. It says love, relationships, and beginnings, right? So you could be waiting for the beginning or be in the beginning stages of maybe a proposal, a love offer, from someone or something as well, pile number 2s, okay? I feel like you're endowing yourself in the process with self-love, though. And that's what your higher self wants you to know, that you're endowing yourself with self-love and everything that you are asking for another person. You're being urged to endow yourself with it now because it's on its way. It's on its way already. So you might as well prepare for it like you already have it. So with that being said, how we do that is we love ourselves unconditionally. Sorry, hold on, wait. Sorry, pile number 2. So that was the approaching influence was temperance, right? So approaching influence being temperance is like you're still kind of like patiently waiting for this Ten of Pentacles, right? And your inner resources, my love, sorry about that. Your inner resources is Ace of Cups. So you're able to love yourself in the process. You're able to not only love yourself, but to share love and to accept the love that is being brought into you at this time, right? And with the Page of Wands above this Ace of Cups, it's good news coming in. So with how others see you, this is beautiful. This is the Empress card. People love you. People think that you're beautiful, that you're full of grace, that you're abundant in nature, that you have fertility that emanates from you, and artistic, right? It says luxury, beauty, harmony, abundance, grace, fertility, love, nature, beauty, and art. And I love this. Like, you are just divine. You are a divine feminine in the process. And people really want you to show that, to show your light, to give them permission to do the same, right? In hopes and fears, we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah. So what the hope is for, you to establish really good boundaries, not for yourself, not just for yourself, but for other people too. And I feel like your hope is also to have someone to lean on, have someone that you can lean on when you feel like, it's just you against the world. And maybe you want it to be us against the world. Or maybe you don't have to be against anything. Maybe you can be us for the world, us for love. And I feel like your fear also is the cage that you have had around your heart because of the past need to feel protected or to protect yourself. Your heart is opening. Your heart chakra is opening, and it's opening up to a divine love, pile number 2s. And in the outcome, we have the Two of Wands. You're on track. It says plans, partnerships, and influences. And influence. Everything that you want is going your way. You're planning, you're processing, you're learning, you're cultivating. And I feel like you're guided by your North Star. And it's interesting because the star card, 2 stars are here, right? And this person even has like a pink outline around this star, and this is just a star that's free, right? So I feel like you're being guided by your North Star right now, okay? This could even be an angel, ancestor, and guide that's really like, really helping you right now, whether you know this or not. Okay? So let's pull some more cards to conclude your reading, pile number 2s. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck, for giving our pile number 2s clear, concise, accurate messages. Advice, guidance, and wisdom from their higher self in regards to what are they urging them to leave behind. I'm also getting what your higher self is urging you to leave behind, especially as it pertains to the Page of Wands, is like the lack of maturity, immaturity, right? And that could even come through in regards to like being self-conscious about things that you really don't have to be self-conscious about. I feel like the more mature we become, we tend to be more comfortable in our own skin. And I feel like your higher self is really urging you to leave behind a sense of immaturity that you have once possessed. Okay. And it's interesting. Look at this star. I'm just now realizing we have a big star right here. Huh. We have a star right here and a star right here. So I would even suggest pile number 2, look up what the meaning of a star is, right? Maybe you're a star, or a star is about to be born from you. If you just let go of this kind of like, maybe like immature nature that you once possessed, okay? So let's say clear, concise, accurate advice from pile number 1's higher self. Okay, we have card number 47, sacred reverence. I love that. Tell us more, Spirit. 2 more cards. Clear, concise, accurate advice from pile number 1's higher self in regards to what are they wanting them to let go of for good, Spirit. Advice, guidance, and wisdom. Thank you. 1 more card. Thank you. Love this. Card number 28, broken open. You can't make this stuff up. Your heart has been broken open. Or you need to break open out of your shell into your heart space, into your centeredness, right? Wow. So we have card number 47 and card number 48, a burst of magic. This is really beautiful. This is a beautiful card. Oh my gosh. So pretty. And this smoke that's emanating from this lotus flower looks like the shape of a woman, like a divine feminine energy. And then we have card number 13 with feeling the world. Exactly. I feel like, what did I say about feeling like it's you against the world versus it's us against the world? And maybe you don't have to be against the world at all. Maybe you could be for the world, right? Feeling it. So I'm going to read the key concepts of these cards, pile number 2, to conclude your reading. So let's see, you have card number 47. And it says sacred reverence. And I'm just going to read the key concept. So it says, awe for the truth that spirit is everywhere, inspiration coming through you as a result of reverence, joyful living, exploring possibilities with curiosity, spiritual passion, manifesting from the starting point of the spiritual realm. I love this. And then let's see, we have card number 48, a burst of magic. It says an epiphany, a sudden higher knowing, a sense that everything has a purpose, your purpose as a gift bestowed upon you. Didn't I say something about spiritual inheritance? That's trippy. It's your purpose. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, it says your purpose as a gift bestowed upon you. It says cultivating conscious contact with a higher power, coming to know what calls to you and lights you up. And this could be love. This could be sensuality, pile number 2s. And then we have card number 13. And then it says feeling the world. It says sensitivity to the feelings of others, awareness of the whole world in a broader perception, empathy, overload, or overwhelm. And I feel like this is what you could be feeling as well, and your higher self wants you to let go of, be in the world and not of it, or something like that, right? Don't put the whole weight of the world on your shoulders just because you are super empathetic. Even learning how to create certain boundaries for boundaries' sake within what you do, whether you're operating in the world or how you're seeing certain things that the world could be going through right now, and maybe you're just an empath and you absorb everything, to really allow certain things or certain things that you might see to pass through you and not to internalize them, is what I'm getting, pile number 2s. Okay, and it's interesting, we have sacred reverence and it's of the world, and then we have the world. So there's a lot of even the 2 of Wands is feeling like you have the world in the palm of your hands, so to speak. So I know not in this depiction on this card, but in the Rider-Waite Tarot, it does signify that. So you're really bursting into yourself right now. You're coming into your magic. You're really taking your magic and you're honing it right now, pile number twos. And I feel like your spirit, your higher self just wants you to let go of like lack and the mind of competition, because that is an illusion. It's an illusion, pile number twos, okay? And come into unity and harmony with yourself and with your loved ones and the people, or your partner, right? But with the people you care for the most, because that's what's going to prop you up. That's what's going to hold you up. That's what's going to give to you when you feel like everything else is not, right? So with that being said, my pile number twos, I love you so much. If you like this reading, if it resonated with you, please hit that thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe. Share this content with loved ones, family, friends, or anyone who would best benefit from the messages provided here today. I love you so much, my dreamy dreamers, and I'll see you in your next reading. Bye. Hey, pile number threes, welcome back to your reading. So you all chose this really beautiful labradorite stone, one of my faves. And what I'm getting that your higher self wants you to leave in the past for good is maybe this transformative process that you've been going through that might seem a little like too shrouded in mystery is what I'm getting. Like you could be very shrouded in mystery right now, or have like mysterious happenings happening in your life, and you just maybe the need to know why they're happening, or what is it all for? What does it all mean? I feel like allowing the magic to happen without trying to unveil the secrets of the magician, so to speak, is what I'm getting with this stone, this labradorite stone. I know labradorite is a stone of transformation and spiritual transformation at that, and it opens us to our deepest purpose and our deepest callings. And I feel as if your higher self wants you to kind of trust in what's happening, and maybe not having to know all the answers, all the details right at this very moment, right? To maybe even to leave an air of mystery towards what's going on, because you'd be surprised at what's coming in, and maybe it's a pleasant surprise, right? To what's coming in, and you know, your higher self wants you to feel loved and feel overtaken by the things that are coming in at a certain time, right? Wants it to be unveiled at a particular time and not right now. So pile number ones, you could have also been attracted to pile number threes, excuse me. You could have also been attracted to pile number ones as well. So if you, just a suggestion, if you would like to look at that reading, I would definitely suggest that, okay? But okay, so let's reveal your pile selection card. And we have the curandera of air with rosemary, which is the king of swords. So, oh yeah, this is all making sense now. So I feel, pile number ones, what your higher selves want you to let go of is coldness, right? Coldness, maybe being too stern, maybe taking yourself too seriously, right? Or taking certain situations too seriously. They want you to be more playful. They want you to be more open. Also, maybe the aloofness that you might possess when it pertains to like a partnership or just in your life right now. And it's interesting with the curandera of air, king of swords. I feel like y'all's cutoff game is super strong and your higher self wants you to stop it. You know, they don't want you to burn any more bridges, pile number threes. I just got to keep it all the way 100 with you, okay? And I'm joking. That's kind of like slang for like, I just want to keep it real with you all. And I feel like your higher selves is like saying, stop blocking love, stop blocking camaraderie and companionship, and really beg the question to yourself, why are you doing this, right? Why are you doing this? What are you trying to protect yourself from? And really question yourself when maybe you might feel inclined to like cut a person out of your life or to burn a bridge. Question yourself. And know that like you need support and you need a fellowship with people, and you might not agree with everybody at every moment, but it doesn't mean that you need to cut them out of your life. You might just need to place more boundaries, okay? Or place boundaries, or know why you're placing boundaries with certain people. So I feel like your higher self is really urging you to stop cutting so many people out of your life. Like, okay, enough is enough. Pile number threes, right? Like, we get it. Your cutoff game is super strong, right? But I feel like your higher self wants you to also know that people love you and people respect you, and people also want to help you and be integrated in your life. And as long as you discern the boundaries that you need to set with people and place with people, you'll be all right. You don't need to just completely eliminate them out of your life, right? So that's what I'm getting. But even let's start your reading, pile number threes, and we have the Three of Cups, and it says family, friends, joy, abundance. And this is what I'm getting. Like, I feel like certain people you have maybe just cut out of your life, and maybe even left people wondering why. Like, what is the reason? Like, why did they just up and leave me, or like just stop talking to me out of nowhere? And maybe they felt like you were the glue that held everything together. Or maybe even someone else just, eased out of your life, and maybe, you felt that like they were the glue that held everything together. But what I'm getting is that you might even be longing for that sense of connection right now, and God, spirit, source, energy, your higher self is bringing that back into your life. But know and discern how to maintain relationships. That's what I'm getting. This is a deep one, pile number three. Know and discern how to maintain relationships. You don't have to cut everybody out of your life. I feel like in the climate that we're in, where everyone's a narcissist and and if they don't benefit you, cut them out. That's the wrong way to look at things. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to distance ourselves from time to time from people who maybe aren't serving us for our highest interests, but to completely eliminate people and almost act as if people are disposable, that isn't higher minded. That pretty much comes out of fear, right? Of like being hurt or abandoned or rejected ourselves. So it's almost like we beat people to the punch, pile number three. So I'm getting like, that's what your higher self is urging you to do, and to leave in the past, is to stop the elimination of people in your life. If accordingly, if they feel the same way and maybe they want to be out of your life, then that's fine. Just allow things to kind of progress in that way. But I feel like your higher self wants you to know, like, maybe even don't be so defensive or certain things when it comes to other people, particularly your friends and your family. And I'm even getting this, like, this curandera of air is not playing. They're like, no, they're like really grounded in their seriousness and their boundaries. And I'm getting like even defensive, to a certain degree. So again, pile number threes, I'm going to do the Celtic cross type of style since we have 10 cards here. And then I'll also incorporate freestyle reading of the card as it, comes up, or as it suggests, right? So let's start with the first card in the You Now Heart of the Matter position, which is the Lover's card. So this is you. I feel like you're all love right now, pile number threes, ironically, right? You are all love right now, and I feel like you're allowing love to guide you. You could be in a romantic partnership that is allowing you to be more heartfelt, to be more loving, to be more compassionate to others and the people and places around you. There's also a full moon in the background of these two lovers. So the full moon could really be opening your heart space into these revelations of like, maybe I need to make amends with certain people. Maybe I need to call that sibling or that parent or that friend that, I have eliminated out of my life, and like, just, touch base with them, make sure they're okay, and, send them good love and energy right now. Okay. Um, in the challenge blockage position is the Nine of Wands. You still are healing from a lot of situations, maybe a particular person, whether it be a sibling, a parent, a friend, put you through. And it's like you're still wounded by this and you're healing. But I feel like as it pertains in the blockage position, you kind of like argue for the limitation of being like, well, they hurt me, so I don't know if I'm ready yet. Like, maybe you had a loved one in or around your environment that was like, hey, maybe just reach out. It's not a bad thing to just reach out, because what if like something happened and you never were able to see them again or talk to them again? Then how would you feel, right? So I feel like you're kind of coming out of this defensive energy, or like really having your walls up and guarded, right? And you're just really emanating love right now, or want to, but you're still a little weary of, going that route and maybe saying like sorry or sending love and sending compassion. But I always say you don't even have to do so physically. You could send it in your mind's eye. I always like to envision myself giving people a rose or getting a rose and forgive as it pertains to forgiving them, or even if I need their forgiveness, like doing it in the mind's eye. So, but I feel like you could be even getting some type of download from your ancestors through synchronicity signs to really be guided through your heart right now, to really reach out to people right now, because it's a trying time in society right now. And I feel like we need to tip the scales back to a center of love. We need to have a return to love instead of defensiveness. And just, it's been a lot of like divisiveness in society now. We just really do need to have a return to love. So I feel like you're being called to lead that incentive, right? So in the conscious goal position is the Fool. And it says purity, potential, and risk. Innocence, desire. I feel like you want to take that leap of faith. You might want to call these people, this person, and, send them love and stuff like that, right? That is your conscious goal, to kind of just take a leap of faith into the unknown and say, why not? Let me just, do this. And whatever happens, happens. I'm not too clinging on to the outcome of a situation. I just want to know I did my very best, my possible best when it came to a situation, right? So I feel like your conscious goal is you could be taking a leap of faith and reaching out to a person, or, just sending them good energy and good vibrations, especially during this time, or maybe in their time of need, okay? So in the unknown influence, we have the Two of Cups, says partnerships, harmony, and peace. So maybe you could be in a very loving relationship, or you could have a loving partnership in any regard, romantic, familial, or friendship, that's really kind of like encouraging you to let your guards down, to reach out, to maybe not have your cutoff game so cold, pile number threes, right? And really to reach out to your loved ones during this time, or to a person that's been heavy on your mind, okay? In the past influence, we have the Moon, right? And it says dreams, intuition, shadow, right? So you really could have been having a lot of intuitive hits, maybe about a certain person, maybe wondering, dreaming about a certain person. And I feel like you're really about to follow your intuition as well, as it pertains to the Moon, and confront your shadow aspects. So like, why am I cutting people off left and right? What is the reason? Why am I trying to isolate myself? Why have I created these barriers around my heart? And is it time to kind of like dig them out and put some of these barriers to the wayside, so I can let people so I can let people in and start to let people in, right? And it's interesting because we have a full moon here, and then this is a huge moon. So it's interesting too, because on the 10th of September, we had the Pisces harvest moon. So some of you all could be Pisces or have a lot of Pisces highly aspected in your chart. And this was just really raining true to you, or ringing true to you, pile number threes, okay? You just have an intuition that you need to love more. You need to be conscientious of the thoughts and the vibrations that you're sending out, because it might not directly affect you, but it could affect another person, even if that's not your intention, right? So in the approaching influence position, we have the Page of Wands. It says good news communication. So I feel like you could be reaching out to someone, right? You could have someone reach out to you with really good news and excellent news. And maybe that puts a pep in your step and it encourages you to love and to reach out to another person in their time of need and just to make sure that they're okay. Pile number threes, okay? And with the Lovers being on top of this Page of Wands, maybe you could get a call or could be in communication with a soulmate, you know, and maybe they're saying that they're all right, and maybe that you've been on their mind, and that allows for like some type of amends to be made or something of that nature, right? So with card number 7, inner resources or talent, you have the Sun card. And I feel like you're able to really emanate light and life into people. Like I've said in the past, piles, you know, you really are able to speak life into people who need life to be spoke into them, right? People who are healing or who need words of encouragement or words of assistance right now. You're able to do that for them. So I feel like that is a talent of yours. You really radiate a lot of positivity. And I feel like people need this positivity right now. People are hurting. And I feel like this could be like your mission or your purpose is to really like help that healing, and not to harbor that healing, right? But to help them and equip them with the resources to heal themselves. And that could just be a hello or a word of encouragement or a compliment or anything, right? So how others see you is a 3 of Wands. It says action, adventure, and luck. People are watching you. Pile number 3 is they're watching you expand. They're watching you in real time, and they're amazed at how much you've grown and expanded over maybe even a short period of time. They see you taking risk, taking leaps of faith, and they're watching in real time how these risks that you're taking have benefited you, and that's giving them encouragement to do the same. Even people you aren't in communication with, I feel like they could be keeping a close eye on you and keeping a close tab on you, and even like bragging about you, like this is my sibling, this is my daughter or son, or you know, this is my niece or my nephew, or my aunt or uncle or something like that. Like, look at them go. Look at how poised and like just ready to take on the world, and just look at how much they've grown and blossomed and how like unafraid they are, you know? People are really in awe of you right now, pile number 3s. People are really watching you, and they're seeing you take action in leaps and bounds, right? And they're feeling inspired just in the process. So in your hopes and fears, we have the Knight of Swords, and it says high, lows, conflict, tension, right? So I feel like maybe you're seeing, it says hopes and fears. Maybe you're wondering, you know, okay, it's interesting, right? Because look at this tiger and look at how it's looking at this person with these binoculars, you know, and maybe this could be why, pile number 3s, you've been feeling kind of like a shift in energy, or maybe very low frequencies one day, very high frequencies another day, is because maybe there's a lot of eyes on you and you didn't realize the severity that this could cause, right? Like this tiger has their eyes set on this 3 of Wands. Like this tiger is looking at this person looking at them. And it's like, well, what is this? Like, what is this conflict or this high and low, this tension that I'm feeling? Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? And I feel like you're feeling this way, pile number 3s, because you got a lot of eyes on you, boo. You got a lot of eyes on you right now. Okay? And it's interesting because you might want something to go super fast, but God, Spirit, Source energy is like, whoa, Nelly, you gotta condition yourself. You gotta prepare for this speed that's coming up ahead, right? Because if you already have a lot of eyes on you right now, pile number threes, and it's kind of making you feel like a little shaky or a little like up one day, low the next, up one day, low the next, there could be a lot of energy emanating or being transmuted onto you. And you are just kind of like, what the hell is going on? But in reality, I feel like you need to start protecting your energy as well. And I'm not saying not pouring into people or not giving to people, but protecting your energy. My friend Ashley always says spiritual hygiene. And I'm like, yes, I love that. You know, especially as like, I know a lot of readers, especially people who subscribe to this channel, will understand that we need to start working more as readers and as people who are on the internet and like showcasing our talents, and maybe a lot of eyes are, you know, on our work or something like that. We need to start practicing a lot more spiritual hygiene. Maybe wrapping our heads with white cloths when we do a reading, or each time we do a reading, you know, maybe doing scrubs and, you know, kind of affirming that, you know, the energies from the reading are like released out of our bodies and out of our systems and out of our minds, right? And then taking salt baths and recharging. We really have to amp up the spiritual hygiene, because I feel like that could be why why you might be experiencing highs and lows, or even if you're not putting your talents or, you know, doing things at like a bigger scale, you could be talking to a lot of people, or a lot of people could just know who you are and you don't know who they are. You know, maybe your friends and family are bragging about you or loving you, and they're sharing, you know, just to random strangers about you. And now these random strangers know who you are. And then it's like, you're wondering why your energy is all in a tizzy or influx. So whether that is carrying a black tourmaline crystal with you, right, for spiritual protection, or scrubbing your hands with salt and stuff like that, that might help. Whatever it is useful to you, asking God, spirit, source, energy, your higher self to release certain things out of your body and system that doesn't need to linger there for too long as well. That's what I'm getting with this hopes and fears card right here, pile number threes. And with card number 10, the outcome is, I feel like God, spirit, source, energy, your higher self is honoring what you're asking for, and is giving you strength and courage to persist, and that inner resilience to persist in regards to what's going on, because you really do have a higher purpose on this planet, and it's to exude love, and it's to really kind of like put your lower vibrations in its place. And it's interesting because we have the world in reverse, and it says reward, success, completion. And I feel like you're having the capacity and the inner resilience to really honor yourself, while simultaneously looking to honor the world around you. You could be going through a deep transmutation around something, pile number threes, and you're waiting for rewards and success, but you're not done with the lesson yet. And this could be this lesson, right? To not create so many boundaries around yourself. But it's almost interesting because I'm getting two conflicted messages. Those of you who are empaths create boundaries, but in a different way. And that's through spiritual hygiene, spiritual protection. But I'm feeling like also to open yourself up and to not cut off people, because it might not be people that's really like making you feel depleted or low in and of themselves. It's the lack of your spiritual hygiene. It's the lack of the protection that you are failing to place around you while you interact with the world, while you interact with spirit, right? And that's what I'm getting with this world card here. So in reverse, so you all got two cards that came out in your outcome. Being in the world, but not of it, right? Protecting yourself from certain energies that could be plaguing around your aura or your energy field, right? But you don't have to necessarily cut off people to do this, but put more protection around yourself. It's like, think about celebrities. Like, let's bring Rihanna, for example. Rihanna's a mega star, whatever, right? she doesn't not go outside, right? She has to be around people. She is a human being, right? So it's not that she doesn't go outside to protect herself, but she arms herself with bodyguards. You know what I'm saying? She arms herself with the protection, and she doesn't negate the fact that she is a person who thrives and who benefits from being around other people. She just increases her protection around herself, right? So that's just an example. But let's conclude your reading, pile number 3s, with some oracle messages from your higher self. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck, for providing pile number 3s with clear, concise, accurate advice, guidance, and wisdom to conclude pile number 3's reading. Advice, guidance, and wisdom from pile number 3's higher self. Advice, guidance, and wisdom from pile number 3's higher self. Okay, so we have card number 2. It says Roots of Abundance. Tell me more, Spirit. Advice, guidance, and wisdom from pile number 3's higher self. Advice, guidance, and wisdom from pile number 3's higher self, Spirit. Okay, so we have a Grand Symphony, card number 27. Let's put one more card. Advice, guidance, and wisdom from our pile number 3's higher self, Spirit. One more card. Clear, concise advice, guidance, and wisdom from our pile number 3's higher self. Advice, guidance, and wisdom from pile number 3's higher self. Just one more card. If a card doesn't come out this time, okay, here we go. So we have card number 15, a powerful move. So I feel like you're about to make a powerful chess move, pile number 3, okay? And we have card number 42, smoke and mirrors, and it did come out in reverse. So I feel like you're casting off the illusion of, you know, whatever you have been telling yourself lately, pile number 3s. But I want to read each key concept from these cards. So let's start with card number 2. We have card number 2, and it says Roots of Abundance. It says being stabilized by deep roots, anchoring yourself and feeling secure in your life, trust and belief in abundance. Okay, so I feel like you're feeling more secure, you're feeling more safe, you are trusting in your ability to not only manifest abundance, but to also bring abundance into other people's lives. And it's roots of abundance. You are establishing some firm roots of your abundance, pile number 3s. Y'all are really working towards something. You're really solidifying your name, your brand, your business, something that's really going to allow you to be abundant from here into eternity. And not only your own abundance, but like allow your loved ones to benefit from that abundance that you're rooting yourself in right now. That's really the high message that I'm getting. So we have card number 27 with a Grand Symphony. So it says key concepts: inclusivity, being a part of the whole, removing bias, seeing the interconnectedness of all, knowing that everything you do has a consequence, unity, consciousness, and the end of division. What did I say? Something about divisiveness. Maybe it was in this reading. I don't know. But what I'm getting here is your ending, and your higher self is urging you to leave divisiveness in the past. Like whether it be person, place, or thing, stop cutting people off so stone cold. And this might not even pertain to a lot of people who are watching this reading, but it could pertain to a few out there who really needed this message. And don't cut off people. Maybe start protecting yourself more so. It's okay to put up firm boundaries, but you don't have to cut off everybody. That's not healthy either, right? That's either or on the extremes, right? So let's read this last card, card number 15, and it says a powerful move. Okay, so it says action, movement with purpose, effort, putting into motion your intention, making choices from an empowered and thoughtful place, positive changes. So that's what I'm saying. And I feel like all this is connected, pile number threes. Like the abundance that is about to come into your life, you're not only taking action to get this abundance, but you're solidifying this abundance for a very long time. For a very long time, whether it be for your lifetime or throughout your lifetime and the lifetime of your family or your lineage or whatever you're creating. You're making power moves right now, and you're taking action, and everything is coming into a beautiful grand symphony. You could be having like spirit guides around you, kind of like signaling this as well. But it's like you're opening up. You have the keys to the kingdom, and I feel like maybe this is closer than you think, and maybe this is why you want to make a look. Oh, come on. You can't make that up. This is closer than you think, pile number threes. And this is why you're feeling the urge and the call to make amends with loved ones and people in your lives is because you know that will best benefit you, right? I'm going to read card number 42, Smoke and Mirrors, because this was in reverse, but I'm being called to read this to you all. So we have card number 42. It says, seeing through the lens of past conditioning, the inability to recognize the truth of what is being offered. It says, healing from misguided perceptions, moving beyond the illusion of separation. Ooh, this is a recurring theme in this reading. It says, being accountable for your biases and the way you view the world. This is exactly what's happening. The illusion is being cast aside, and like the smoke and mirrors that you're different from other people, or that other people are different from you, or that they're causing this. That's what's being eliminated, and that's what your higher selves want you to leave in the past for good, pile number 3. So with that being said, my dreamers, I love you so much. If you like this reading, if it resonated, please hit that thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe. Share this content with loved ones, family, friends, or anyone who would best benefit from the messages provided here today. I love you so much, and until next time, I'll see you in our next reading. Bye. Hey, pile number 4s, welcome back to your reading. So you all chose this rose quartz crystal. I love this crystal so much. And what I'm getting that your higher self wants you to leave in the past for good is the lack of self-love and compassion and friendship and family maybe that you have been experiencing for maybe in the recent past, or you have been keeping with you. I feel like knowing how to love yourself unconditionally is what your higher self is calling for at this time, whether it be through books, whether it be through just learning through your wisdom or through previous accounts. I feel like there is a ancestor or a higher person. I always say person in high places, right? Coming in for you and wanting to really love yourself unconditionally and wanting for you to see yourself in other people. It's so funny, pile number 1s. We could love and empathize with people outside of us so much more than we love and empathize for ourselves. And this is what I'm getting that your higher selves want you to release is, yes, to continue to love and empathize for other people who aren't you, but to have that same love and regard and tenderness towards yourself, okay? So let's reveal your pile selection card, and we have the 2 of Swords, Chicory. So what I'm getting with the 2 of Swords is, I know in a lot of decks and even just in the general meaning of the 2 of Swords, it tells you to make a heart and a mind decision. But what I'm getting is peace, residing in a state of peace and being really endowed with peace, and also being your own peace, as well as providing other people with the opportunity to make peace within themselves, right? So even at this time, I feel like your higher selves wants you to make peace within yourself and to leave behind everything that is disharmonious within you when it comes to really reveling in your own peace, okay? And this is the 2 of Air with Chicory too, and I know chicory is like a coffee bean, I think, or a flavor of coffee. So yeah, so let's hop into your reading pile number 4. As we have the 3 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and it says family, friends, joy, abundance, right? So I feel like your higher self is really urging you to spend a lot of time with family and friends, to get out of this kind of hermit mode or this very insular space that you maybe have been finding yourself in. And granted, we've been in a a state lately. I don't know if I could say this on YouTube, but like we've been in like a state in the world where it was hard to do that for the past 2-3 years, however long it's been. And now I feel like the time has come for us to come out of our shells, right? Come out of this ivory tower that we've built amongst ourselves. And you see how this like hermit card is like, oh, like they're kind of venturing out slowly but surely, and they're like, kind of like looking towards God, spirit, source, energy, their higher self, to like allow them like, hey, is it okay? Almost like giving permission. And I feel like God, spirit, source, energy, your higher self is saying it's more than okay, sweetheart. Continue to go explore the world, to be around your friends and family again, because you can't go back to this tower. It's lit on fire. So you can't go back to this. It's releasing you out of this state of solitude, right? And finding peace within being in community with the people you love, or just saying hi to a stranger on the street might lighten up their day, and it might lighten up your day. Or just really being a good son, daughter, friend, family member, you name it, right? Mother, father. Okay, so let's hop into your reading pile number 4, as I am going to use the Celtic cross spread kind of setup, where I'm going to start from the first card to the last card, and I will do them in their positions. And I'll also integrate the freestyle reading when it's calling for, okay? So in the you now heart of the matter position, we have the 8 of Wands. And I feel like with this 8 of Wands is you are kind of sure about your directive right now. You're kind of coming out of like your shell. You're coming out of this state of like reflection and like this liminal period with the Hangman. At the bottom of the 8 of Wands, you're coming out of this state of like weight, or out of this like kind of like purgatory, so to speak, and you're just making moves and you're taking action and you're doing it. I feel like you're going about it day by day. You're not putting too much pressure on yourself, but you are, traveling. You are getting back out there, right? It says good news and travel. So I feel like you are spreading a lot of love to people, a lot of concern. You could be like pouring into yourself or into others and providing a lot of content, or like just good energy you're sending towards people right now. And I feel like maybe you could be endowing people with really good news, or good news could be coming to you right now, or you just want to give people good news, good tidings right now. So in the challenge and the blockage position, we have the Tower, and it says destruction, enlightenment, and release, okay? So I feel like in the blockage position, I feel like you are really working towards letting go of self-destruction, right? You're really working towards that, and you're releasing it. And I feel like you are also, or what could be kind of like blocking this good news or travel to come in, as it pertains to, maybe your manifestations or things that you want to cultivate. Pile number 4 is feeling like everything is an issue or something, right? Or self-destructive or self-sabotaging tendencies that could arise, right? But I'm getting you're releasing that right now. You're narrowing your focus on what it is that you need to do. So I feel like if this is in the blockage position right now, it won't be for very long. Pile number 4 is because you have escaped that with this hermit energy, right? You've done the inner work, you did what you needed to do, and now you're like, you escaped the tower, okay? And now you're kind of like dwelling, in the in-between, and like, okay, well, I'm out. So, God, spirit, source, energy, higher self, lead the way, because I don't really got nowhere else to go, right? Metaphorically speaking, but outward right now, because you've done a lot of healing. You've been in a lot of, you've been in a very insular state, right? So now it's time to come out of that insular state and share what you know to others, because that will benefit them as well. So in the conscious goal position, it's justice, it's balance, it's equality, it's bringing things back into a state of equilibrium for you, pile number 4s. And I feel like it's allowing your heart to feel lighter again, right? And I feel like this was much needed, right? And that's the truth of the matter. Like, you needed a light heart. You needed your heart to be open, right? And I feel like you're releasing a lot of this heaviness out of your heart right now. And that's your goal, really, is to release the heaviness out of your heart and to make it as light as a feather so you can help others. Because when our heart is heavy, it's hard for us to see outside of that, right? When our heart is heavy, we tend to try to go inward and try to kind of isolate ourselves or endow ourselves with solitude because we don't want to put that on others, right? But I feel like your conscious goal is so that you can kind of like be this conduit or be this teacher or help others to facilitate is through lightening your load and lightening the burdens off of your heart, right? So in the unknown influences position, we have the 6 of Wands. It says victory, glory, and triumph. And I feel like with the owl here, the unknown influence with this is you really being able to utilize your own intuition, right? Especially with the owl totem here. And that's what it's gotten you through this tower moment, this situation that seems sticky. Using your intuition, using the wisdom that you've been endowed with, using your insight and perspective on certain situations not only helps yourselves, pile number 4s, but it allows you to help others and guide them with the wisdom that you have been endowed with. And you know how they say experience is the best teacher? I feel like you all have been through a lot in your lives, and now you have been able to shed some light to other people where they are traversing through the same things that you have once been through, right? So with the past, in the past influence position, we have the Star. I feel like you all maybe have had a wish come true, a wish granted, or there could be a wish coming in. It says guiding light, inspiration, faith, hope, miracles, infinite energy. I feel like you've been praying for energy, you've been praying for healing, you've been praying for guidance and assistance, and your prayers have been answered. And this is why you're feeling better. This is why you're about to feel better. This is why you're in a state of peace and harmony, right? Balance and equality. That brings us peace. Justice, knowing the truth, sets us free. And within being set free, we're being made peaceful. And that was, I feel like this was once your wish. This was once your prayer. And I think that's a beautiful wish and prayer, because certain people, and sometimes we all do, right? We all ask for things so much. We forget to ask for the peace that comes with it, so we can enjoy the things that we're asking for. So many times, I know myself, I've gotten manifestations and couldn't even enjoy it because I wasn't in a peaceful resolve within myself. So asking for the peace to come with the other blessings that we're asking for is imperative. And I feel like you've acquired the wisdom to know how to do that. And now, so you can enjoy the things that you're asking for, not just get the things that you're asking for, but to be in a place of enjoyment and fulfillment when those things come, right? And to live and embody that in the present moment. That's how we do that. We got to be grateful and be present with each win that we have, so we can go back to that feeling state when more wins come into our lives and we can enjoy them, right? And especially when we aren't quote unquote winning, right, at certain times, we can look back into those memories and be like, oh, that was beautiful. I'm anticipating more of that to come, and we could know how it feels to look back on those memories and really commend ourselves for what we've done, and it allows us to do more, right? So in the approaching influence, we have the Hangman. It says waiting, rebirth, sacrifice, and reflection. So you could be approaching a rebirth. That's what I'm getting. And, you know, kind of like staying in there, right, during certain uncomfortable situations, but you finding enlightenment through that. And that's what I'm getting. There's good news that you have been waiting on for some time, pile number fours, and it's coming in, right? And I feel like it's going to take a little, maybe a little bit longer, but you're holding in there and you're giving yourself time to reflect and to allow yourself to be comfortable even in certain the uncomfortability of the waiting game, right? But I feel like this is rebirthing all of the things that you once have learned and have acquired knowledge through, which is transforming into wisdom right now. So while this might seem uncomfortable right now, I feel like you'll let that uncomfortability kind of soothe you also simultaneously. So your inner resource and talent, or in the inner resource and talent position, is the Hermit. It says healing, solitude, inner work. You're not afraid to do the inner work. You're not afraid to reflect on what it is that you're doing. You're not afraid to be in solitude, right? So while you wait on certain things, you're okay with being to yourself. And you know, I feel like that you're healing, and you allow yourself to heal. You allow yourself to do the inner work, and you allow yourself to be guided, right? Throughout it all. So that is a blessing, pile number fours. How others see you is the Lovers. It says love, harmony, and union, okay? Other people see that you are just imbued with love. And, you know, I feel like you could have a soulmate connection in your life that's really allowing you to glow and allowing you to feel like, you know, you got some type of balance in your life right now, and allowing that to emanate to other people. I feel like people really do see you very harmonious and see you very integrated, pile number fours. They see the masculine and the feminine integrated within you, and they want that as well, you know? With in the hopes and fears position, we have the Devil. It says desire, obsession, fear, and shadow. I feel like you hope to be, there's a hope for desirability. There's a hope to be desired. There's a hope to be wanted, but there's also a fear of possession, right? And maybe you want something so much, but you also fear that you're going to possess it. It's almost like maybe you want to be heralded as a prize, or you felt like you've won something, but you don't want to cling on it too tight to where it kind of slips through your fingers, right? You want to feel that love isn't about possession. It's about self-autonomy and the choice of coming together in a harmonious union, and to exude love in that regard, pile number fours. I feel like you are understanding and you are gaining this wisdom and knowledge fundamentally that love is not possession. Love is not domination. Love is not holding the power. Love is just what it is. It's love. It's all encompassing. It flows through us and to us in many different ways. And I feel like maybe you do want someone to be obsessed with you in a way, like not literally, like not a bad obsession, but want them to call you every day and to be like almost like to wait on you hand and foot. But then you fear possession, so you can't possess the other person either, right? And I feel like certain times, maybe when you fear that they're kind of taking their own space, you might fear that, and it might bring up a lot of shadow instances. But what I'm getting is that there's nothing to fear, right? But fear itself, okay? So in the outcome position, we have the Empress, and it says luxury, beauty, harmony, abundance, grace, fertility, love, nature, and beauty. You are the Empress. You are seated on your rightful place on this throne, and I feel like you're giving yourself that grace. There's going to be a lot of abundance coming in for you, pile number fours. You just have to know how much you're worth and add tax. And when I mean worth, I mean intrinsic value that can never be lost nor destroyed. And I feel like you're owning that intrinsic value so much to the point where it's emanating out of you, and other people are seeing that. And I feel like you once wished, hoped, and prayed for this to happen, and now it's coming into your life. Okay, so this is a very beautiful reading. But I feel like your higher self definitely wants you to release self-destructive, self-sabotaging behaviors, pile number fours, and really be in resolve and have that inner peace within you that can never be lost, destroyed, shaken, anything, right? So let's conclude your reading with a couple of oracle card messages from your higher self. Advice, guidance, and wisdom, spirit, from pile number four's higher self to conclude their reading. Advice, guidance, and wisdom from pile number four's higher self, spirit. Thank you. Okay, thank you. So we have at the bottom of the, geez, Louise, we have at the bottom of the deck card number 23, healing the heart. Yeah, you're healing yourself right now. You're coming to a state of resolve and inner peace, and things are being restored back to you. Your healing is being restored, and I feel like you were praying and wishing for healing, and you're getting it. Pile number fours with card number 23. 2 and 3, that's 6. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff coming into balance right now for you. Okay, we're also numerologically in the 6th year, and 6 is a very balanced number. 3 on this side, 3 on that side. So there's definitely harmony coming in for you. We have card number 15, a powerful move. You're making power moves right now, pile number fours, and I feel like you're being given the key to understand what moves to make versus maybe to sit on or wait or, hold out for. We have card number 45, beyond the ordinary. I feel like your spirit guides, your higher self wants you to know how beyond the ordinary you actually are. And we have card number 44, divine matrix. These two came out together, which is no coincidence, okay? So we have card number 44 and card number 45. Your higher selves want you to know you are beyond the ordinary. You are an extraordinary being, and believe in miracles because they happen on a daily basis. And maybe with this card number 44, it's letting you know how divinely guided you are and how protected you are. But on top of that, we don't need to know every single thing, okay, that's going on. We can just allow life to unfold for us. But I do want to read the key concepts from the guidebook. So we have card number 15 with a powerful move. It says action, movement with purpose, effort, putting into motion your intention, making choices from an empowered and thoughtful place, positive change. So what did I say? Your outcome card is the Empress. There's a lot of positive change coming in that you have really put the effort to allow to make manifest. You not only did works, but you had faith, and you didn't only have faith, but you put in the action to provide for it. To provide for this abundance and these good things that are coming into your life right now, pile number fours. So let's do card number 44. Key concepts, it says divine matrix. We have card number 44, divine matrix, and the key concepts, it says the spirit, the realm of spirit, the knowledge that we are all divine beings, part of a tapestry weaving our dreams into the fabric of reality. Synchronicity, learning to trust the way things unfold. That's what I was saying. Like, we don't have to know everything before it happens, okay? If your higher selves wants you to know something before it happens, trust me, it'll just show up randomly. Like through a dream, through your mind's eye, whatever, it's just gonna show up, okay? But I feel like trust the way your life is unfolding because it's really something that's extraordinary that's coming into your life right now, okay? So we have card number 45. It says beyond the ordinary, and the key concepts to this card is the mystical, ineffable part of life, trusting in the invisible world without understanding it, recognizing that some things cannot be known in advance and are not meant to be grasped intellectually, the awareness that everything is as it should be, even if it doesn't make sense. So these two cards are definitely correlated, pile number fours, and I feel like you're having a shift, okay? You're going through a shift, And I feel like it's for your better good and the better good of everyone involved. And it's something that's really healing, and it's something beyond the ordinary. Like, your life is about to be beyond the ordinary. It's about to be everything you've ever wanted and more. So just trust in that. And even, I'm knowing, pile number 4, is you're seeing synchronicities or something, or you're about to. But even as it pertains to that, you don't have to know all the moving parts. Just know that the parts are moving for you and in tandem with your life, and just continue to have faith and love for not only others but for yourself, and allow that faith and love to be transmuted through your heart and reverberate back into the consciousness, the collective consciousness. Because the more we spill out love to others, the more we get it back, in many different ways. Okay, so pile number 4, I love you all so much. If you like this reading, if it resonated, please hit that thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe. Share this content with loved ones, family, friends, or anyone who would best benefit from these messages provided here today. Again, my pile number 4, I love you so much, and until next time, I'll see you in your next reading. Bye.